Stranger Things Season 5 will be the end, but what kind of an end can we expect? When Stranger Things first came out on Netflix, there were no major expectations for it, especially since it was coming out on a streaming service and not proper TV. But then it blew everyone's minds with its characters and its quality, and they wanted much more. Fast forward to now, and we're less than 2 weeks away from the release of Volume 2 of Season 4. After that comes the long wait for Season 5. But what can we expect from a season that hasn't been fully fleshed out in terms of setup yet? We'll break it down for you. Number 7, The End. The Duffer Brothers, the creators of the series, made some big announcements regarding the future of Stranger Things before Season 4 came out. First and foremost, the hit Netflix series that put actors Millie Bobby Brown, Finn Wolfhard, Gaten Matarazzo, Noah Schnapp, and Caleb McLaughlin on the map was revealed to be coming to an end with Season 5, as Netflix formally announced it for one last renewal. 7 years ago, we planned out the complete story arc for Stranger Things. Series creators and showrunners Matt and Ross Duffer wrote in an open letter to the fans that they put online. At the time, we predicted the story would last 4 or 5 seasons. It proved too large to tell in 4, but as you'll soon see for yourselves, we are now hurtling toward our finale. Season 4 will be the penultimate season. Season 5 will be the last. Now that is sad, mainly because this is a show that many would have loved to last for a lot longer of a time. But the Duffer Brothers have always been ones to know when to stop things, and as such, 5 seasons is a good run, and it gives them time and space to wrap things up how they want to. Volume 1 of Season 4 has already proven to be an incredibly epic tale that was well worth the wait for it. But even now, you can tell that things are heading somewhere, and that the ending is needed. Number 6. The kids aren't kids anymore. Another big reason why they are likely ending things soon is because, well, if you think about it, most of the cast are now teenagers and they've grown up pretty fast. Some will be near their 20s when Season 5 likely drops, and so they want to get things going while they can. This also lines up with things that the cast have said, including Finn Wolfhard, noting that the kids are getting much older now. I think because we've all grown and gotten a little older, we're not teenagers anymore, and all of us are young adults. Every season, the Duffers have been going into scarier and pretty violent territory. This season is going to be easily the darkest season. It's weird because they amp up everything every season, and so it's the funniest season. It has one of the funniest storylines, full-blown, almost comedy, and then there's another storyline that's complete, absolute horror. But not sci-fi, it's a horror. It's really scary, and I'm excited for people to see that. Even with the pandemic, they got lucky that they were able to continue the story with these characters like they have, so ending before they break the realm of believability is vital. Even with the pandemic, they got lucky that they were able to continue the story with these characters like they have, and since Season 5 hasn't started production to our knowledge, it's even more imperative that they get it done with ASAP so that they don't have to worry about any more growth hiccups, if you will. Number 5, ending the story. Another thing that the Duffer Brothers have made sure to do with Stranger Things is not just plan out what's coming, but make sure that each season is its own story that can be built upon later. We like to look at each season as kind of its own complete story, Matt Duffer told Deadline. We do have a pretty large mythology, and season by season we're turning the page and revealing a little bit more and more, so we do have a general sense of where we're going. We've known the ending of the show for quite a while. And you can expect to see the show's endgame seeded in Season 4, which again has been confirmed as not being the series' final installment. We know what the end is, and we know when it is, Ross Duffer said. The pandemic has given us time to look ahead, figure out what is best for the show. Starting to fill that out gave us a better idea of how long we need to tell that story. That is indeed good news for fans because they want to know that the ending will be in tune with the story so far and not a botched or rushed ending like certain other shows, like, Game of Thrones. Based on how Season 4 was so far, even with the pandemic pushing it back and ruining certain things, it is good to know that the Duffer Brothers haven't lost their touch. And now that the pandemic has calmed down, they'll be able to get things done in a more focused and concise manner without too many delays. We hope. In fact, the Duffer Brothers talked about that too, as they knew people were going to be wondering. Number 4, filming when? According to Variety, sooner rather than later. During the 6-month pandemic hiatus, we outlined Season 5 and pitched it to Netflix, the Duffers also told Variety. But the gap should be quite a bit shorter this time, due to the fact that we already have an initial outline, and we can't imagine there will be another 6-month forced hiatus. Well, we should hope not. Given how long it was between Seasons 3 and 4, the fan base can't handle another massive wait time, especially given that this is the final season. So hopefully nothing happens to cause that plan to change. Number 3, pedal to the metal. Given that there are still 2 more episodes left in Season 4, we don't know the full setup for Season 5 as it stands now. However, the Duffer Brothers have said that they're not going to ease into things for the final season, they're going to go full throttle from the word go. Normally it's like, oh, we get to revisit the characters in their normal lives and how they're doing and what are their relationships like. And 5 is just going to be pedaled to the metal from the opening scene. At least that's what I remember from the outline. Which are some encouraging words, and ones that'll get many excited. Number 2, length of episodes. Usually we wouldn't make a point about this, because even in streaming shows there is a set length in terms of what you can come to expect from shows. But with Stranger Things Season 4, things got a bit turned on their head, mainly because the whole Volume 1 and Volume 2 deals. While much of Volume 1 had standard episode lengths, Volume 2 is going to have lengths that rival movies, and definitely isn't typical for Netflix. This was definitely part of that expanded cost in terms of the $30 million per episode that was noted for Season 4. Season 5 likely won't go too far beyond what they did with Season 4's episodes, but given that they want to stick the landing, we wouldn't be surprised if some of those episodes go truly big lengthwise. Number 1, the Upside Down. No matter what happens at the end of Season 4, and we already know a lot is going to happen, the true enemy is still out there via the Upside Down and the Mind Flayer. Season 4 gave us a twist in events via Vecna, who has been described as the 5-star general of the Mind Flayer's forces. But that still means the big bad is still out there. The newest trailer for Volume 2 showcases the Hawkins crew and their allies going full tilt into the Upside Down so that they can try to put an end to things. But obviously, they're going to fail. So the question then becomes what Season 5 is going to do in order to give them a chance at victory, and what sacrifices will be made along the way. We won't know until it comes out, but in truth, that's part of the fun. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at Season 5 of Stranger Things and how the show might just look when all is said and done? Do you think that there are some key twists in Volume 2 that will affect how Season 5 is going to play out? Or do you think that Season 5 will go off in a truly insane direction in order to let fans know that, well, they know nothing? Let us know in the comments below, and we will see you next time on the channel.